Hey Joe fans, I'm JoeFan82, and this video is not an action figure review. I'm actually going to be looking at some G.I. Joe comics that I recommend for reading while you're at home during this quarantine time during the pandemic of 2020. So if you're watching this 30 years from now, this was a big deal right now, the COVID, coronavirus, 2020. Everything was shut down. We're all in isolation. We're in our homes. Some people are looking for stuff to do. So I've got two, what you might call modern G.I. Joe comic books to read. I feel like a lot of people are familiar with the original Marvel run that Larry Hama did. So I'm just going to highlight two modern G.I. Joe books. So the first one is called Heart and Minds by Max Brooks. And Max, you might know him from the book he wrote, World War Z, which was turned into a film starring Brad Pitt. That was him. And he wrote this. I believe these came out in single issues, but they were collected here in this nice hardcover. And so let's take a closer look. This is a very nice hardcover book put out by IDW Publishing, and they really did a good job. There's no dust jacket, it's just the hardcover itself. There's the back, and let's take a look inside. This was printed on high quality gloss paper, very nice, and written, as I said, written by Max Brooks and art by Howard Chaykin and Antonio Fuso. This is an anthology, so each chapter, I guess, in the book is a different character. The first one is Major Blood here, and we get to see some of his personal backstory, his personal life, and some of his motivations, which we don't really get a lot of in other issues. Next one here is Spirit. This is all B and C list characters, even D list characters. There's no Duke, no Snake Eyes, no Scarlet, from both sides, Joe and Cobra. Here's Firefly, an African American Firefly, which I don't know if we've seen before, but another interesting story and a really nice artwork in this. Here we've got him on the left, and then him in his traditional Firefly uniform there on the right. Tripwire, a character that is very underused or not used at all, hardly. And Deep Six, one of my favorite characters, my favorite underwater character. And just look at his expression there. He has some issues, if you know anything about Deep Six. He's not a real people person. That's why he's down there in the depths of the ocean. That's where he's comfortable. Here is the Interrogator, almost like a D-list character, really, but a really great character. He doesn't wear his helmet, though, that we see on the figure. So other than that, really good story. Not a nice person, Interrogator. Not someone you want to hang out with. And there's a little shot of Cobra Commander. That's how he looks in the IDW continuity. Interesting choice with his helmet. You see the fangs on the bottom. Next is Dr. Mindbender, one of my favorite Cobra characters. And a nice little story with him. And fantastic art here. And look, here's Doc with obviously inspired by Denzel Washington. I'm thinking of his appearance in the Book of Isaiah film. But a nice story with Doc. And then here towards the end, we have Recruits. So this could actually be a limited series on its own, because it focuses on these four characters and their specific motivations for joining Cobra. Each one has their own reasons, and it goes into each one a little bit, not too much because it's only about the size of one single comic issue. And then we see here at the end they all join for different reasons, and there's Cobra Commander at the bottom. And the last one, Blowtorch, who, again, another character we don't really get much info on in the other series. And just another nice little story here. This is not full of action. This is more of an intellectual kind of character study on these guys, and very well done. So I cannot recommend this book enough. Go get it. There's a link in the description for both of these books. This one and the next one that I'm going to be looking at is the Silent Option miniseries, written by Larry Hama. And this continues the continuity he established back in the Marvel run. But this was a limited series that was introduced the character of Agent Helix into his continuity. I believe she appeared in the what they call the IDW continuity, but this was introducing her to his world, and you can see her there, and you've got Don Marino is featured heavily in this, and Bomb Strike. So yeah, let's take a closer look. This was written by Larry Hama, but it's, to me, Larry Hama at his most serious. This is not really a children's story, not for kids. You can see this right on the cover. You've got these two hands covered in blood. This is a very serious issue, written by Larry Hama. Wonderful art by Nitho Diaz, and the backup story is awesome too. So this is full of strong female characters. Not that the men aren't strong, but it features like Bomb Strike, Don Marino, and Helix. And the basic plot is that they are Bomb Strike, Don Marino, the new female Snake Eyes, Torpedo, and Snake Eyes 2 Throwdown. And these are the characters here. And you can see Don Marino, and then at the bottom is Agent Helix, and all of her info is classified, which is cool. So they are sent to go find her, and spoiler alert, they do find her eventually. But this book is not, the main bad guy in this book is not Cobra. It's child traffickers, which to me is almost worse than Cobra, because there are fates worse than death, in my opinion. And like, I mean, this is quite violent at times here. This is not pulling any punches. You've got some serious action, and what you hope to see done to the bad guys does get done. It's very satisfying, and a really good origin story for Helix. It's introducing her. You've got some ninja action here. If you like ninjas, there's some ninjas. Got some red ninjas. And I like that this utilizes, and there's My Little Pony cameo there, utilizes some of the lesser known characters. This doesn't feature Duke or Roadblock or some of the staples that we come to have known. Alpine is in here. I love Alpine. Torpedo, Bomb Strike, another fan favorite character. So some nice interaction here with the characters, and really nice art, fantastic art. Little cameo here from Admiral Keelhaul, and there's Firefly, one of the few members of Cobra that we do see in this book. And just some more great art. And then here's the backup story, which I think is really good. I love this art. And this art I probably wouldn't do well as in the main series, but as a side story like this, it's perfect. This is a flashback story from when the original Snake Eyes finds a very young Helix who has been taken by these traffickers, and shows Hawk finding her and bringing her in. And really well done. And here at the end we have a nice gallery of artwork that was done. Greg Horn and others. A really nice pin-up type artwork here. Love these. Beautiful. Love this Snake Eyes. That's awesome. So that's it, Silent Option. So that was Silent Option, another good book that I really recommend. So those are just two options. Let me know what you guys think. Have you read these? Let others know in the comments. And do you have any other recommendations of stuff that people can read while we're at home trying to find things to do? So I hope all of you are staying safe. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.